Hey everyone, today I'm going to give some practical advice for a common question we receive, which is, how do I know what microscope to buy? And just to be clear, this video is intended for grades K-12 users and not the higher end microscopes for scientific research. So to begin, we're going to focus on the two types used at this age band, which are the compound and stereo microscopes. If you don't know the difference, a compound microscope has higher magnification, which allows you to see very tiny little things much clearer. You're able to see things on a slide that are sometimes not even visible by the naked eye. So whereas a stereo microscope, sometimes referred to as a dissection microscope, still allows you to magnify an object, but they're generally larger, like rocks, like we see here. With me today, I have stereo and compound microscopes. I also have a couple of digital ones as well. The main thing that you want to evaluate before purchasing a microscope is the magnification. To determine the magnification, you multiply the eyepiece times the objective lens. For example, this intermediate microscope has an eyepiece magnification of 10x, and it has a combination of 3 different objective lenses. You have a 4x, you have a 10x, and you have a 40x. This means that it has 40, 100, and 400 times magnification. And this technically should be all you need for elementary or middle school, unless you are doing something a little bit more advanced. Once you start using a 100x objective lens, you're probably going to need a condenser and or a diaphragm, some dye or immersion oil or something else to get a clear image you want. If you're wondering, the condenser and diaphragm are located below the stage, and they help control how much light is passing through the object you're viewing, which also helps regulate contrast. Think of it like this. You're outside with your phone, you're taking a picture, but you have the sun in the background and it's coming right at your lens. It's going to affect your picture, right? So just like with any microscope, you want to control how much light and the angle of light coming up so you have a better focus and a clearer image. Another add-on to consider for the compound microscope is a mechanical stage. This is helpful if you're viewing a live specimen that is kind of moving around a lot, or you're looking for better control and precision when adjusting what you're viewing. This type of stage moves the X and the Y axis. It does allow you to easily set up your slides as well. Another option on some microscopes is coarse and fine focus. This feature controls how fast you're moving your stage up and down. So as you go up, you go down, and then you can make finer tuned focus as well. Often objects will appear in and out of focus by moving centimeters or even a smaller distance. So having this on a microscope is very helpful. And once you become familiar with these features, a lot of them can be visually seen on a microscope. So for example, without even looking at the specs sheet at this microscope, I see that it has that 10x magnification on the eyepiece. It has your 3 different objective lenses that are nicely labeled. You have mechanical stage, coarse and fine focus, and you can also tell that it's corded based on the back here. What is not always seen on a microscope is the quality of the lens, the construction of the gears, and whether it's metal or plastic, and the type of condenser being used. Most often microscopes will have a 10x lens, 1.25 Abe condenser, and then the better quality ones will have metal gears. But that's not all. There's even an alternative to traditional microscope, which is having a digital one. They work very similar, but some have a handheld, some are accessories that attach to the top of the microscope, and then also some have LCD screens that you see right here. They are kind of like built right on them. These are great alternative options if you're looking to create a video where students speak to what they're seeing, or if you want them to label parts of the object they're viewing. It can also be used as a reference in front of the class to show students, what are they looking for, and to kind of prompt a discussion about a specific topic or an idea, since some have capabilities to connect to computer or via a USB port or via Wi-Fi. There's a little more flexibility just depending on the microscope and how the image is being digitized. So I know I gave you a lot to think about, but if you're struggling with the next steps, we do have a buying guide that can assist you with some options to consider, whether it's elementary, middle, and high school. Additionally, our catalogs are very nicely labeled as well for your convenience with the same kind of grade levels. So just be aware though that the more features you have on a microscope usually means it is more expensive. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed learning about microscopes. If you enjoyed this video, you can find dozens of other educational videos and webinars in the Nasco Education Teacher Resource Center at nascoeducation.com.